Most people kill their aloe by loving it too much. This was my aloe 6 months ago, what one viewer called octopus legs. This is the same plant today. The secret? I stopped caring so much. Today I'm sharing 7 tips that turned my dying aloe into this. And tip number 5 is the $0 trick. That'll make your neighbors wonder what your secret is. Years ago, my grandmother gave me her 20-year-old aloe plant. She said just one thing: don't love it too much. I didn't understand. I watered it every 3 days, kept it in my sunniest window. I even talked to it. Within 2 months, it was dead, mushy, brown, gone. That's when I learned the hardest lesson about aloe. The more you care, the faster you kill it. Grandma was right. If you're loving your aloe to death right now, I've been there. Today, I'll show you the 7 lazy secrets that would have saved my grandmother's plant. And stay until the end for a bonus tip that 99% of gardeners don't know. Before we dive in, if you love easy plant care tips, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss a video. Now, let's save your aloe. Tip number 1, light, but not the way you think. Here's what most people get wrong. They put their aloe in the sunniest spot in the house, that south-facing window, thinking more sun equals happier plant. Wrong. Aloe loves bright, indirect light. That south-facing window? Too intense. It's like putting your aloe in a tanning bed, all day, every day. See these brown, crispy edges? That's sunburn. Your aloe is literally cooking. The sweet spot? A few feet back from a bright window, or an east-facing window where it gets gentle morning light. And if you don't have great natural light, don't worry. A simple grow light works perfectly. I use one in my basement, and my aloe is thriving. Bonus tip for this section: if your aloe is stretching towards the light, getting tall and leggy, rotate it every 2 weeks, just a quarter turn. This keeps it growing straight and even. Drop a sun emoji in the comments if your aloe lives in a sunny spot. I'd love to know where you've placed yours. Tip number 2, watering. This is where most people mess up. And here's the lazy gardener truth that changed everything for me. The less you water, the more your aloe thrives. Let me say that again. The less you water, the more it thrives. This is the ultimate lazy gardener's plant. And I mean that as a compliment, not an insult. Being lazy with your aloe isn't neglect. It's strategy. Here's the method: soak and dry. When you water, water deeply until it drains out the bottom. Then, wait. Let the soil dry out completely. And I mean bone dry, before watering again. How long? Usually 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes longer in winter. The finger test. Stick your finger 2 inches into the soil. If it's dry, water. If there's any moisture, walk away. Bonus tip: when in doubt, don't water. Aloe stores water in its thick leaves. It can survive weeks without you. It's basically a camel in plant form. Comment the number 1 if you've been over-watering. No judgment. We've all been there. Tip number 3, soil. Get this wrong, and nothing else matters. Here's the thing. Regular potting soil is too heavy for aloe. It holds too much water. And remember what we just learned. Too much water equals dead aloe. You need a well-draining mix. Think of it like this. Water should flow through the soil, not sit in it. My go-to recipe: 1 part perlite to 2 parts regular potting soil. That's it. Simple. The perlite, those little white bits, creates air pockets. Water drains fast, roots stay happy. Or, if you want even easier, just buy a cactus and succulent mix. It's pre-made for plants like aloe. Whatever you do, never use garden soil from outside. It's too dense, it can have pests, and it will suffocate your aloe's roots. Bonus tip, here's how to test your soil. Water your aloe. And watch. If you see water sitting on top for more than a few seconds, your soil is too dense. Time to repot with a better mix. Team DIY soil or team pre-made? Comment below. I'm curious which camp you're in. Tip number 4. The right pot makes all the difference. Let's talk pot material first. Terracotta, the classic orange clay pot, is my #1 recommendation for aloe. Here's why. It's porous, it breathes. Excess moisture evaporates through the walls, which means less chance of overwatering. Plastic pots can work, but they hold moisture longer. If you're a serial overwaterer, like I used to be, stick with terracotta. It's more forgiving. Now, the most important rule. Drainage holes are non-negotiable. I don't care how pretty that pot is. No drainage hole. Don't use it for aloe. Water sits at the bottom. Roots rot. Plant dies. It's that simple. Size matters too. Go shallow and wide rather than deep. Aloe has a shallow root system. It spreads out, not down. A pot that's too deep just holds extra soil, which holds extra water, which, you guessed it, kills your aloe. Bonus tip, love a decorative pot that doesn't have drainage. Here's the workaround. Keep your aloe in a plastic nursery pot with drainage, then set that inside the pretty pot. When you water, take it out, let it drain completely, then put it back. Best of both worlds, style and function. Quick note for pet parents before we continue. Aloe vera is mildly toxic to cats and dogs if they eat it. The saponins in the leaves can cause vomiting and diarrhea. The solution? Keep it on a high shelf or in a hanging planter where curious paws can't reach. Problem solved. Now let's keep going. Tip number 5. Temperature. Here's the $0 trick I promised. Aloe is like Goldilocks. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. The sweet spot? 55 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Basically, normal room temperature. If you're comfortable, your aloe is comfortable. But here's where people mess up. Cold drafts. That spot near the window might be perfect in summer, but in winter, the cold air seeping through can shock your aloe. Same with air conditioning vents in the summer. That cold blast isn't doing your plant any favors. Move it a few feet away from drafty areas and watch how much happier it becomes. And here's something most people don't know. Aloe goes dormant in winter. It slows way down. This is normal. It's not dying. It's resting. Water even less during this time. This tip alone, controlling temperature and avoiding drafts, turned my struggling aloe into a showstopper. No special products, no expensive gadgets, just moving it to the right spot. $0. And here's great news for everyone watching. Aloe thrives indoors, in every single zone. Whether you're in freezing Minnesota or sunny Florida, your windowsill is the perfect home. Comment your zone below. I'd love to know where you're growing. Before we get to tips 6 and 7, let me show you what's possible. This was my aloe 6 months ago. Droopy leaves, pale green, what that viewer called octopus legs. I was embarrassed to even put it on my porch. Then, I stopped caring so much. I moved it to indirect light, watered it once every 3 weeks, put it in a terracotta pot, and basically ignored it. This is the same plant today. Thick, upright leaves, deep green color. And here's the best part. My neighbor knocked on my door last week and asked, "What's your secret? I need one." The less I did, the more beautiful it became. Tip number 6, fertilizer. This is where being lazy really pays off. Most houseplants want regular feeding, monthly, sometimes even weekly. Not aloe. Smart gardeners know, less is more. How often should you fertilize aloe? Twice a year. That's it. Spring and summer only, when it's actively growing. And when you do fertilize, dilute it to half strength. Aloe is sensitive to fertilizer burn, too much, and you'll see brown tips and edges. I use a balanced liquid fertilizer, something like 10-10-10, or even a cactus-specific formula. Dilute to half. Apply once in spring, once in early summer, and you're done for the year. Bonus tip: want to go the extra mile without chemicals? Compost tea or worm castings work wonders. Mix a little into the top inch of soil once a year. Your aloe will love it. But honestly, if you do nothing, your aloe will still be fine. These plants evolved in harsh desert conditions. They don't need much. Another win for the lazy gardener. Tip number 7. Learn to read your aloe's leaves. They're talking to you. Once you understand this language, you'll never kill an aloe again. Wrinkled or thin leaves. Your aloe is thirsty. It's using up the water stored in its leaves. Give it a good drink. Mushy, brown, or translucent leaves. Too much water. The roots are drowning. Stop watering immediately and check if the roots have rotted. You might need to repot in dry soil. Red or brown tips and edges. Too much direct sun. Move it back from the window or filter the light with a sheer curtain. Pale or yellow-green color. Not enough light. Move it closer to a bright window or add a grow light. Leaves bending or flopping outward. Also not enough light. The plant is reaching for brightness. Same solution. More light. Once you speak aloe, once you understand what your plant is telling you, care becomes effortless. It'll practically tell you what it needs. And that is the real secret to being a lazy gardener. You're not lazy. You're listening. Now for that bonus tip I promised. If you want to take your aloe from healthy to absolutely stunning, the kind that makes people stop and stare, try this once a year. Compost tea. Brew a batch of compost tea or just mix some worm castings into water. Let it steep overnight. Then use that water for your next watering. It's like a spa day for your plant. Natural nutrients, beneficial microbes, no chemicals. This is my secret weapon for those magazine-worthy plants. Once a year, that's all it takes. Let's quickly recap those 7 tips. Number 1, bright, indirect light. Number 2, water less, soak and dry. Number 3, well-draining soil. Number 4, terracotta pot with drainage. Number 5, room temperature, avoid drafts. That's the $0 trick. Number 6, fertilize twice a year. That's it. Number 7, read your leaves. They're talking to you. And remember the big picture. The less you do, the more your aloe thrives. This isn't about being negligent. It's about understanding that some plants prefer to be left alone. And aloe is the champion of leave me alone plants. Now your aloe can be the one everyone asks about. Imagine it. Your neighbor walking over, pointing at your gorgeous aloe, and asking, "How do you do that? What's your secret?" And you just smile and say, "I do less." If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and helps other plant lovers find these tips. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, tag them in the comments or share this video with them. Or keep it as your secret weapon. I won't tell. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If your aloe is already growing babies, those little pups at the base, you might be wondering what to do with them. I've got you covered. Check out this video where I show you exactly how to separate and propagate those pups so you can share them with friends or start your own little aloe family. And remember, sometimes the best thing you can do for your plants is absolutely nothing. Until next time, happy gardening. I'll see you in the next one. Yab.